Okay then, now we're moving on to the next lot of my Big Finish lots that I got today, and that is the Early Adventures Series 1. Oh yeah. So, as you may know, I am very close to completing my entire 60s era TV kind of collection of Doctor Who. I've almost got all of the soundtracks, and I've got all of the DVDs, I think. So I've only got like the let me think, second and fifth Lost Stories, missing TV episodes, Lost TV episodes box sets to get. So yeah, and I've experienced like 48 out of all of the 50 television 1960s era stories there are. So, and that has got me and since I'm nearly at the end of that, that's really got me interested in what there is in terms of first and second Doctor 60s era novels, which I've read a few of, which are absolutely brilliant, namely The Witch Hunters and City World's End by Christopher Bulis and Steve Lyons. And I'm also interested in getting to the Big Finish ones, and I've really enjoyed some of them so far. So yeah, and I'm really excited for the Early Adventures. I just can't wait to listen to these audios. I think they're going to be fantastic, and I can't wait for Series 2 this early on this year. So without further ado, let's begin with the unboxing of the first Early Adventures out of Series 1, and the first Early Adventures full stop, really. Yeah, first Early Adventures, and that is the Domain of the Void. So yeah, let's get this open. Just using a little kind of this metal hook thing on my watch to actually kind of open these things. So yeah, let's see if I can get this open. There we go. So yeah. So there's a look at the front of Domain of the Void. The spine, and out of all of the Early Adventures, Domain of the Void is the only one to have this kind of bluey, different coloured spine, whereas all of the others in the series only have black spines, which is pretty bizarre, or an interesting little detail. So yeah, so there's a look at the spine, and then the back. So yeah. Domain of the Void. The Doctor, Susan, Ian and Barbara land on the planet Hydra, where Admiral Jonas Khan leads a vast flotilla of ships trying to elude the vicious race that has invaded and occupied their world. But his ships are being picked off by one. Vessels and crews dragged underwater by an unseen force. The time travellers find themselves pitched against the Void, the ruthless enemy they last encountered on the planet Marinus. As they take the fight to the very heart of the territory, now controlled by the Void, the stakes get higher. First they lose the TARDIS, then they lose that which they hold most dear. First they lose the TARDIS, then they lose that which holds most dear, and that's only the start of their troubles. In the capital, Predora City, they will learn the truth of what it means to be a Void, and that the truth is horrifying. Cast, and there's the cast down there. So yeah, and it's 120 minutes approximately. So let's have a little look at the innards. So there's a look at disc 1, containing episodes 1, The Floating City, and episode 2, Return to Terror. or part 2 Return to Terra, or just say parts. But yeah, then there's Domain of the Void Disc 2, with part 3 Behind the Mask, part 4 Fight Back. And as they look at some companion chronicles, The Transit of Venus, Here There Be Monsters, Quinis, The Rocket Men, The Wanderer, and The Flames of Cadiz. So yeah, and let's take a look at the little booklet. So yeah, there's a look at the innards, producer's notes. So yeah, there's cast, more producer's notes and the credits. So yeah, I am really excited for Domain of the Void. So yeah, this is apparently meant to be like a backstory to the Void and how they were kind of created, I think. So in its a way, it's almost genesis of the Void. And I think towards the latter parts of this story, it does get extremely dark. So yeah, very excited for Domain of the Void. Next one in the early adventures is apparently the weakest out of the lot, and that is the Doctor's Tale. So yeah, this one's going to be extremely quick to open. Well, that failed. And that failed again. There we go. So yeah, there we go. Nice and easy. So yeah, there's a look at the Doctor's Tale's front, the spine, and then the back. England, the year 1400, winter, blood in the snow. Henry IV has unspurred the throne, and deposed King Richard II languishes in Pomfret Castle. Meanwhile, the Doctor and his companions preside over New Year revels at Sonning Palace. The Sonning is a prison. Treachery is in the air, and murderous Archbishop Thomas Arundel will stop at nothing to crush the rebellion. As the Doctor and Barbara take to the road to Canterbury, Vicky finds a royal friend, and Ian is dragged into a dark web of conspiracy, at the heart of which sits that teller of tales, Geoffrey Corcher. So the blurb doesn't sound extremely interesting. Well, I guess it sounds a little bit interesting, but not the most interesting in the world. But so yeah, running time 120 minutes approx, and that's the cast. So yeah, and there's a little look at the innards. So there's disc 1 containing episode 1, The Lord of Misrule, episode 2, The White Heart. So yeah, and then there's the Doctor's Tale, disc 2 containing episodes 3, Sanctuary, and part 4, The Empty Crown. And then there's a advertisement for all of the early adventures series 1. So yeah, and then here's a look at the booklet. Let me just get this out. So yeah, it says look at the front, as the innards. So yeah, producer's notes, and there's the next episode installment, The Bounty of Sirius, which is meant to be like the best one out of this lot. And like I said, this one is apparently said to be the weakest out of the Early Adventures Series 1, but apparently if you really like The Crusade, this is one story you'll really like, apparently. And I think I'm in the latter half of opinions that say that The Crusade is one of the best television First Doctor stories. So I'm really looking forward to this one, and I think I'll enjoy it a lot. So yeah, that's the Doctor's Tale. Now moving on to the next one, which is The Bounty of Sirius. So yeah, this hopefully will be quick. There we go. So yeah, power through this. So yeah, so there's a look at the front. the spine, and then the back. The bounty of Sirius. Sirius, a tiny, unforgiving ball of ice and rock hanging between Mars and Jupiter. It is no place to live, and it takes a special kind of person to work there. The crew of the Cobalt Corporation mining base know exactly how deadly the world outside their complex is, but the danger isn't just outside anymore. Their systems rely on keeping them. Their systems they rely on to keep them safe are failing, and the planet is breaking in. When the Doctor strands Stephen, Vicky, and the Doctors on the base, they have to fight a foe they can barely comprehend to survive. Sounds really incredible. Really strong story, and this is meant to be the best out of all of the Early Adventures Series 1. And its running time is 120 minutes approx. See it, and as I look at the inners, Disc 1 containing episodes 1, The Hostile Planet, and episode 2, The Outer Edge. Wait, what the fuck? Was this meant to open like this, or? Well, I just broke the case. I thought it was going to open like this, but oh well, that shouldn't be too easy to fix. That should be easy enough to fix. So yeah, there's Disc 1 again, and Part 3, and Otherworldly. There's Disc 2 containing Part 3, and Otherworldly Intelligence, and Part 4, The Coldest Mind. So yeah, just see if I can get this back in. So yeah, that was me just being a little bit stupid there. There we go. Easily enough back in. So yeah, and then there's a look at the other not Lost Stories, Early Adventure CDs from Series 1. So yeah. So yeah, then there's a look at the booklet. So yeah. And then there's the next episode, An Ordinary Life, which I think I'm going to like very much because of some certain continuity reference to that glorious 12-part story. Oh. So yeah, that's Bounty of Sirius. So yeah, I don't know too much about this one, but I've heard it's the best, and I've heard it's a very Patrick Troughton style story, so I'm very interested in that one. And the next one is one that I'm very excited to see, or very excited to listen to rather, and that is An Ordinary Life. So yeah. So yeah, let's get this off. There we go. Oh, so much shrink wrapping. So yeah, there's a look at the front of An Ordinary Life, the spine, and then the back. 1950s London. Newcomers arrive daily on British shores seeking a fresh start, new opportunities, or simply the chance of a different life. However, some are much further afield than India or Jamaica. After an emergency landing, the TARDIS crew... Sorry about that, my laptop making noises that sounds like flames, which is a little bit worrying. But anyway, after an emergency landing, the TARDIS crew must make the best of it and look to their new neighbours for help. But the Newman family is more than the prejudices of the time to contend with. A sinister force grows in strength amid the pubs, docks and back streets of London, and without the Doctor marooned in time and place as an alien as anything they've encountered, they've ever encountered, Stephen and Sarah, Sarah Kingdom, may well face the greatest challenge yet, to live an ordinary life. And as the cast, and the running time is 120 minutes approx. So yeah, and as a look at Disc 1, containing containing parts 1, The Unordinary Life, part 2, and The Unalike. And then there's 2 containing part 3, The Sleeping Army, and part 4, The Enemy Without. And then there's a look at some other Companion Chronicles audios: Mother Russia, Home Truth, The Drowned World. Those 2 look amazing. The Suffering, and then The Guardian of the Solar System, which looks even more amazing. But I actually heard the Big Finish trailer on the website and it actually sounded a bit shit, to be honest, which is a bit surprising and kind of somewhat upsetting in a way, because, well, I mean, Starlink's Master Plan, need I say more? Then the one I've never heard of, and that's the Perpetual Bond. And let's just get the booklet out. And there's a look at the booklet. And there's writer's notes, picture of the cast, some producer notes, and then there's the Early Adventure Series 1, and that's the booklet. Really looking forward to An Ordinary Life, because it's set between the Daleks' Master Plan. I think between episodes 7, The Feast of Stephen, and episode 8, Volcano, and apparently it contains lots of continuity references to the Daleks' Master Plan and whatnot. So I'm really excited, mainly because of that, because, well, it's Daleks' Master Plan, need I say more? It's Daleks' Master Plan, Daleks' Master Plan, woohoo. An Ordinary Life, really looking forward to this. Apparently got lots of Daleks' Master Plan continuity references. Really looking forward to it. That's An Ordinary Life. Moving on. And that pretty much concludes this kind of audio, mainly audio kind of collection update. Like, follow, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Picture Gold Black, dematerializing.